Hi there, it's me, Charlie from Girl in Blue Designs, and I want to show you how to create a moody, gothic damask piece just like this. The colors that I use for the front of this piece are Gotham, Ground Control, Duchess, Love Struck, and Smoked Out. Make sure that you have a variety of stippling brushes and a good damask stencil. The stencil that I've used is by Redesign with Prima. Okay, let's start. First, we're going to start by just doing one coat of a dark gray. This just acts as my base color. It's not a primer. You can see that I've done some fixes where there was loose veneer. I used DAP, patch, and paint for that. It dries quickly, and it's pretty much odorless, unlike Bondo. I really don't like that Bondo smell, and this stuff works very well. And again, only one coat of this dark gray, because I do like having a dark base to start with for these types of finishes. It looks like I'm just making sure that there's no paint caked up at the top of the drawers. I always end up doing the tops of the drawers later. Now we're going in with our super dark black Gotham. We're just doing it on the sides and edges and kind of a vignetted type of shape. You'll see me mist a lot when I'm doing blendy type finishes. For this dark vignetted look, the Gotham needs to be on both sides, a little bit on the top and a little bit on the bottom. Now for our Duchess, which is from my Old World line with Daydream Apothecary. You can see that I'm basically just putting it next to my blouse. And that pink is my Love Struck with Daydream Apothecary. I know this looks funky right now and not quite right, but we're going to blend it all together and it's going to look nice. I'm already beginning on my blending process by using my favorite stippling brush. I'm just stippling the red into the pink and the pink into the red, just kind of back and forth while using my mister bottle. And there's my spongy glove, super helpful for blending. Keep in mind this is only my first coat of the blending process, so this layer is not as important as the second layer. Just tap, tap, tap until I feel it's nice and smooth. Okay, before we get to this next clip, I need to mention that I lost just a little bit of footage when putting on my second layer of blending. The only thing that I did differently, though, was use a little less Love Struck and a lot more Duchess. See what I mean? And now I'm using the Anissa brush by Daydream Apothecary, which is a broad blending brush. I'm just beginning to smooth out those edges between the black and the Duchess. And there's that spongy glove again. I don't always wear it like a glove. And a good stippling brush. Just use your stippling brush to kind of move the colors into each other a little bit. Looks like I'm adding more Duchess so that those sides won't be just Gotham. And then I'll blend those areas once again. Just going over everything again with my stippling brush to make sure it's smooth. And adding a little more Duchess once again to both sides. And again, stippling that Duchess down to be smooth and blended into the Gotham. And same exact process over here. Looks like I'm just putting my Gotham in on the sides again. This is probably because I got some of the other colors over there. Blendy, blendy. Okay, so this is a stencil by Redesign with Prima. You can see that I have it taped up there. The fact that this piece is very curvy does make it a little bit more challenging. But we are going to do an ombre effect through the stencil. I am starting with ground control. I'm sorry I sound robotic in my voiceovers. It's just because I'm concentrating and it doesn't feel as natural as doing live. Anyways, I'm using a small stippling brush to add the ground control, which is white. Now I'm adding Love Struck, which is my pink with Daydream Apothecary. I'm adding it right next to the white, and I'll do it on both sides. Now that I've added the pink to both sides of the white, you can see that I'm just kind of tapping in between the white and the pink, just like I would if the stencil wasn't there, to kind of blend them together. Smoked Out. That's my blue with Daydream Apothecary. Putting it right next to the pink on both sides. And again, you can see that I'm just kind of gently tapping at the edge in between the blue and the pink to get them to blend. Yeah. Maybe even kind of dragging some of the blue over into the pink area. And same exact process on the other side. You definitely need your stenciled area to be totally dry before moving on to the next area. Now that I've lined the stencil up as carefully as possible, I'm going to do the same exact process. Start with white, then pink, then blue. Okay, so these sides are a lot more challenging because they're curved inwards and not flat. I'm just doing the best that I can by mostly holding the stencil in place while it's also taped a little. For the sides, I won't be using white and pink. I'll just be using the blue and then a little bit of black. See what I'm doing right there? That was a mistake. I should have waited till the blue was dry before trying to bring some black into the blue. Here we go on the other side. All the same things except for that mistake I mentioned. Okay, so now I'm going in with some Gotham on the sides. Just going to kind of quickly stipple it into my design to get a more vignetted, moody kind of look. Also, the bottom of the piece, the top of the piece, and even the trims in between drawers are going to need some Gotham. And don't forget about adding dimension to those curves. I'm just loosely and lightly adding a little Gotham to that edge of that curve. Stipple, stipple. That's Gotham that I'm adding up there with a small brush. See, you can see how nice and moody it looks on that one side, but not so much on the side that I haven't done it to yet. So here we go, same thing. That's still Gotham. We just need to darken up the trims between the drawers. You see, once I put a little bit of Gotham on with the small brush, then I use the bigger stippling brush to just kind of move it around. That's Supernova, one of Daydream Apothecary's metallic paints. And I'm just using my finger to paint it onto some of the curvature. And that just about wraps things up for this tutorial, folks. I hope this simple how-to was helpful and informative for you. Okay, bye.